I think we're back.
Are we back at it?
We're back. This is gonna just be our adventure.
Yeah, right.
You
Not
should leave now and then come back.
right. You can take the reins.
Yeah, totally.
Um, so I'm hearing you, but not being able to see you.
Oh
Um,
no.
can you see me? Okay.
Yeah, I can see you and hear you perfectly. You look great. You sound great.
All right. Well, people in the comments, folks who are watching along, is it? Are you being able to see? Oh, wait. Now I see Lauren. Okay.
Okay, okay,
We should be
okay.
good to go.
We'll
Sorry
do
for
the
the.
best we can and we can do this again. If this gets too screwy, we'll do it again another day. I promise.
Okay.
It'll be fantastic.
Well, you have other
That's
things on your plate as well. So,
just a little, but it's okay.
well, to start things off, then, I'd love to hear that this character is such a rich and awesome character, a fan favorite for sure. What's been the most gratifying part about playing her? And now, what's most exciting about getting to revisit her?
Yeah, I think the most gratifying thing, um, I was just thinking how, in life you don't always get to express the fullness of your emotions. Like there's a lot you have to sort of temper.
Mhm.
And there are definitely lots of moments for Maggie and lots of moments for all kinds of characters where you still have to temper it.
Mhm.
But I think it's very lucky that she gets to sort of experience the full gamut of emotions, just both because of how the show is and because of how she is and everything that she's had the misfortune or the opportunity of going through. I just feel really, really lucky because, I obviously never knew jumping in that this would be the whole story that Maggie would have
Right.
and that this would be the whole lifespan of the show and just very, very cool on a lot of levels. And wait, what was the second part of your question?
Well, in terms of revisiting her, what are you most? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, most excited about that. I mean, it's interesting because right at the beginning of not at the very beginning, but when I joined Walking Dead for season two,
Mhm.
we had a whole chunk of episodes. We had 8 episodes scripts given to us right at the beginning. So it was a pretty delicious thing for an actor to just have all that ahead of you and to sort of build the story out and have an idea of where you're going. And we haven't had that opportunity until now. And so we're going back to shoot these 6 episodes for sort of the B part of season 10.
Right.
Um, and those episodes we have all 6 of those scripts. So it's just been like an amazing time right now because the story already is going to these places where we satisfy a lot of stuff, but we also set up so many new questions for my character and just like what she's been doing, where she's been, why she's scarred, what's been sort of reinvigorated in her mission. And it's just great because there's a lot of positivity and there's a lot of she's confronted this ingenuity and and these bright spots out there in the world that sort of give the reason to keep going, but there's also been some pretty gnarly things that have happened. So, we're going to get to sort of unearth a little bit of that and then to portray a little bit of that. And it's just like, it's so cool. I'm constantly surprised. And after all these years to be like, that surprised and invigorated again is
Mhm.
really, I'm just, I feel like really lucky that this is my, these are our writers and my little work family. It's
Yeah.
just you get it. Yeah.
And I mean, the reason that people have stuck with The Walking Dead for 10 going on 11 seasons, I feel like, is because you do have characters like Maggie. It's so character driven. You fall in love with the people on the screen, and therefore the actors portraying them. But
Yeah.
look, the rest of your resume, I was really struck with. I mean, your big break was kind of on Supernatural, at least on the small screen.
Hmm.
You did the Vampire Diaries. You've done The Walking Dead. These are like very heightened, fantastical reality. Is there something about that genre that especially kind of strikes your interest as a performer? What keeps you coming back to?
Yeah. It's so funny. I don't know why it's ended up like that because I like I mean, I don't mean to sound greedy, but I really just do like every genre. I like, Gilmore Girls and Friends to like The Man in High Castle, or just like really the Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, to just like the quirkiest, weirdest, quietest, most popular type of things, and then I love just, sci-fi shows. And
Yeah.
so I just feel like, who knows? But I will say it's just like, I think that with all those characters and with genre, it's obviously really fun. And it's fun for me now to look to do more, just sort of darker, less, I don't know, less commercial things. But I felt like in the beginning it was just so lucky. In the beginning, all the time. I mean, that was kind of the sweet spot with Walking Dead, was that it was something that was hugely popular, but that was still very niche, and
Hmm.
that does not happen very often. And so I just felt like, um, I don't remember where I was going with that, because then I get these, sometimes I get this like little flashing Rolodex of moments in the career, and then I just go on a
Yeah. Yeah.
tangent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially with like an acting career, I feel like it is just kind of fly by the seat of your pants sometimes. You can't like,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't go in expecting or setting a trajectory of these sci-fi projects. They just happened to be
No.
what it is. Yeah.
I wanted to be I loved drama when I was at school, but I never got like leading roles or anything like that. I was always just kind of like singing and being goofy in the chorus. And when I first went into this whole general arena, I wanted to actually just be on Blue Peter, which is like a kids TV show, and present to kids and act things out, and just that was my main thing. And I just wanted to have fun. Like, I just knew, like, trying to do things that would be engaging and that would be different from myself and my life and everything. And then when I was in college, I started doing plays, like, seriously.
Okay.
And then that kind of opened up all the different colors of just exploring character. And then you just realize, as anybody watching this who's interested in acting and performing, it's just like, you start, like, it's like from the inside out, this light just kind of expands in you, of the places you can go, like
Yeah.
the things you can connect to, and the emotions and all this stuff. And it's free, and it's not your life, but it's totally your life, and it's just the
Mhm.
coolest thing. It's like
Yeah.
limitless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
exact thing that we here at Backstage get to the nuts and bolts of. I mean, we're all actors and creators. We of course have a lot of your fans here as well. But to wrap things up here, I know that you have a flat tire to tend to. Walk you through our Backstage questionnaire, which kind of is a walk down memory lane, is kind of that actor's perspective. Um,
Hmm.
for starters, how is it that you first got your SAG-AFTRA card?
I did an under five on The Bold and the Beautiful, was how I got my SAG card.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So,
I played Forester Employee 2.
okay. I mean, yeah, the soaps are a great stepping stone to all the other things that you've done. Certainly, a great training ground.
Great training ground. I was like, I had done other things in the UK, but then my managers were like, all right, we're doing this. And I was like, cool, whatever we got to do so I can, open up the
Yeah,
playing field.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, how do you typically prepare for an audition?
I've been through so many different techniques, and I guess like everybody, you just sort of have an amalgamation of things. But I'd say consistently, um, I like to take a script and only go one line at a time and create an entire universe with limited information. And then I add a bit more information. Um, but what I really like to do is take, and this is every character's lines, especially it's helpful when you have a whole script, but even if you just have sides, this is great. Um, so you just take a line and you go through every possible iteration, how another character could respond, what you might do, what you might say, and then go on to the next thing. And that information will either prove or disprove your theories. And it's slow and it's painstaking, but it gets better because it really exercises the peripheral parts of your creative brain.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's been, sometimes I don't have the patience and I have to just like sit down, do the work. That's the biggest part of it as an actor. It's like you do it whether you want to or not, and then it's there when you need it.
hmm hmm
And that's the part where you're just like, this isn't just learning your lines, this is living your lines, living your life, living the whole thing. So yeah.
I love that approach, taking it line by line, because even if the person you're acting across from or the reader in the audition even if you haven't mapped out that, it keeps you limber to the possibilities in the moment. That's a
Yeah,
practice. I like that.
it's fun. Yeah, Diana Castle, I did her acting class, still do sometimes in
Oh,
LA. It's a really good, really beautiful
there we go.
teacher in class.
Well, of course you found success in the audition room, but not everything is a home run. Do you have an audition horror story that you could share with us?
Every single one, aside from the ones you book, every single one is a horror story.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so hard to believe when you think, oh, this person's successful, blah, blah, blah. No, they're always horrible. You still sweat. You go in there thinking they can tell. I've just like my t-shirt, my smell. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. And it's that over and over and over, even when you have made it.
Hmm.
Um, unless, I will say, unless you have spent such a good amount of time prepping, and then no experience is bad because you know that you had an opportunity to play.
Hmm.
You don't think about it as an audition anymore. You go in the room and you think, I'm engaging and bouncing these ideas around, and this is just an opportunity. And then you can really just think, because the more that we can think of ourselves as consistently in the creative state, an audition is just another place that you are while being a creative person.
Yeah.
So that might sound obvious, but it's just like it always helps me to remind myself of stuff like that. Because the horror story audition, one of the first ones I did was horror story. It was like I had to use two different accents. I still had much more of an English accent because I had just really moved over from the UK, and I had to play an American who jumped into Scottish and then jumped into something else, and I just died in the middle. I was like, I don't, and I think they said it's okay, you can leave.
Yeah. Give it a good try.
Yeah, don't. It's okay. It's okay. You've had a long day.
Put you down easy. Put you down easy. That's
Yeah.
great.
Here's a cookie.
Two more quick ones for you. What screen performance should every actor see, and why? Is there any
Oh God.
formative for you when you were younger?
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know if this was when I was younger, and there are so many that go into the two performances in my mind as always my favorite. Neither of them are female, which is terrible because there's a million female ones that I like too. But the one that always comes to the front of my mind is Steve Martin in The Jerk, because my associations are just, I can watch the movie a million times. It just makes me so happy. And then Criminally, it's only in the last was it 2 years ago or so? I saw On the Waterfront, and I
Oh,
had never seen it before. And I feel like I had seen scenes from it or clips from it or talked from it. It was just always at the top of my list. Like, what are you doing, girl? Watch this film. And I finally watched it, and I just, every everything about this job that is perfect was so full focus.
mm-hmm.
And so if anybody hasn't seen it, and it is Eva Marie Saint and Marlon Brando, both performances are absolutely stunning. So I just know that a truly female-led performance, there's one in my mind. Just come back to me next month.
No problem. No problem. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
those are two really solid ones. I mean, you got Marlon and Steve. Where can you go wrong?
I mean, what can you do? Yeah.
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 Final question again. A lot of our audience today are kind of the early career actors and creators of the world. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
If you really want to do it, nobody can stop you.
Mm.
Yeah. And you don't know that. You're not even thinking about whether or not you can do it when you're younger, luckily, because you're just plowing on and you don't know enough failure to be afraid. But having said that, it really, yeah, the best thing is just the amount of stories that you hear of people who were told no, and then they go on to be great successes, or they don't. But it's up to you if you want to keep going and do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we're lucky to see you out there doing what makes you happy.
Yeah.
To see you back on the screen as Maggie in The Walking Dead. Again, everyone tuning in, you know this already, but the season 10 finale is coming up this Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. And Lauren, thank you so much for joining us. Tech issues aside, this was great to pick your brain.
I know.
Yeah.
It was so nice to chat to you. I'm glad. I totally forgot about everything, actually, so thanks.
Yeah, perfect. Well, good.
Okay.
And we'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time. Thanks. And thanks everybody for watching. Bye.